Medicare enrollment is just around the corner. And if you're trying to figure out how Medicare Parts A, B, C, and D work, I've got your back. I'm Beverly, and I'm going to cut through all the BS out there and tell you what you need to know about each part. This is Medicare Simplified. Let's start with what's called Original Medicare. And that's the first two letters, A and B. Part A is hospital insurance. Premium is usually free, but there are deductibles. Part B is medical insurance. There's a premium. With certain income levels, there is a surcharge called Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount, known as IRMA. I have a video on that, and I'll link to it in the description. I just wanted to let you know that's a possibility. Here's what Part A and B cover in general. I can't list every possible situation here, but this gives you a general idea of how it works. Part A covers inpatient care in hospitals, skilled nursing facility care, hospice care, and home health care. It does not cover doctor visits, long-term care, and there isn't a maximum limit on some of the out-of-pocket expenses. Part B does cover services from doctors and healthcare providers, outpatient home health care, durable medical equipment like wheelchairs. There is no coverage for prescription drugs, dental, vision, or hearing. There's an annual deductible for Part B, and it was $256 in 2025. It will be higher than that for 2026. I don't know the number yet. But if you go with Original Medicare, you can't go to any doctor. You won't need to get a referral for specialists. One issue is there's no maximum for out-of-pocket expenses. You'll need to get a supplemental Medigap policy that does limit your out-of-pocket expenses. The average monthly cost is $32 to $550, but Medicare.gov reports it can be well over $1,000, so you need to really do some research. The cost depends on age, where you live, whether or not you smoke, and other factors like that. A premium can also go up yearly. Different plans are identified by letters, such as Medigap Plan A, not to be confused with Medicare Part A. There are big differences in healthcare coverage and limits on out-of-pocket expenses. So I will link to Medicare.gov where you can take a look at different plans and see what's available in your state. You can even get a cost estimate and see what they cover. Remember, if you have Original Medicare, you'll also need Part D for drug coverage. The average estimated monthly Part D plan premium in 2025 was $46.50. It will be higher in 2026. There are copays, deductibles, but there are annual limits. Most plans cover common drugs, but you do have to confirm that a plan covers your medication. And unfortunately, IRMA can rear its ugly head and increase your premium on Part D as well. These plans all vary a great deal, but you can look for plans on the Medicare.gov website and even list your meds to see what's covered. And I know that was a lot. Those who need significant care often choose Original Medicare, or they'd be constantly paying thousands in deductibles and copays. But you need to consider monthly premiums as well, because Medigap policies can get pretty high. Now, instead of Original Medicare and getting Medigap and Part D, you can choose a Medicare Advantage plan. Part C is Medicare Advantage, and it's an alternative to Original Medicare. Now, there's something important you really need to know. You cannot enroll in Part C until you enroll in Part A and B. So you have to go through kind of a progression to get to that choice. Unlike Original Medicare, you may need referrals to see a specialist, depending on your plan. Medicare Advantage is similar to the insurance you may have had with an employer. There are HMOs, which limit you to in-network providers, and there are also PPOs, which have an in-network cost and an out-of-network cost. I have a Medicare Advantage plan, PPO, because I needed dental and vision coverage. The plan I chose worked out for me. However, it took a long time for me to find an in-network dentist in my area, but all Medicare Advantage plans are different. Premiums are usually zero, and there are copays, coinsurance, and deductibles, and out-of-pocket limits. You won't need a Medigap plan. There's usually coverage for prescription drugs, so you won't need Part D. Many plans offer coverage for dental, vision, and hearing, and other benefits like meals after being in the hospital or discounts on over-the-counter drugs. As I mentioned in Part B, Your income impacts whether or not you have to pay that IRMA surcharge, which is basically a tax, but you still have to pay that standard monthly fee for Part B. Let's talk about Medicare Advantage plans and how many of them are dropping out for next year. Don't let that scare you. This happens every year. New plans come in, old plans leave. It happens all the time. But you can fix all this during the Medicare enrollment periods. If you're new to Medicare, the initial enrollment period is 3 months before and after your 65th birthday. Open enrollment period is October 15th to December 7th, 2025. During this time, you can switch from original Medicare to Medicare Advantage or the other way around, whatever is working for you. Plus, you can change Part D coverage if you have original Medicare. If you were already enrolled in a Medicare Advantage plan, then there's a special Medicare Advantage open enrollment period from January 1st to March 31st of 2026. So if your Medicare Advantage plan got dropped, you'll have extra time to find a new one. However, I do encourage you to make a choice during the open enrollment period because new plans start on January 1st, 2026. Don't get caught without insurance. Okay, just one more thing. Because enrollment periods are nearly here, you're going to see tons of ads. And there are a lot of YouTubers that work for insurance companies. So they're not always unbiased. I watched a lot of these videos because I wanted to see what kind of information they were giving, and some were doing a great job, okay, but some were clearly biased. So do your own research so that you know what's accurate and what's best for you and your family. My goal is to give you accurate information, just the facts. But if you feel like you need help with all of this, you can use a Medicare broker. I'm not familiar with those because I did not use one. I enjoy reading the fine print. I've done it my whole life. So, but it's not everyone's cup of tea. So if you really don't want to mess with all this, you can use a Medicare broker. But still, you need to know the facts before you use one. Medicare brokers work on commission, so they may not be coming from an unbiased position. And I just want you to know that, whatever you decide. If you want me to do an episode on Medicare insurance brokers, let me know in the comments section. I'd be happy to do it. If you got value from this episode, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment if you have any questions at all. I know that this can be confusing. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.